So, hello student, very good morning to everyone. So, these are the points that we had learned in the last lecture, that is CS bond cleavage, that is carbon sulfur bond cleavage. So, in that we had learned this isomerization of alkene, fragmentation of allyl sulfide, fragmentation of vinyl sulfide. So, in the last lecture we had learned this isomerization of alkene. So, this alkene react with this PHS radical. So this double bond undergoes homolytic cleavage. It generates CH2 radical. Then this CH2 radical reacts with this PHS radical. You will get this compound. Then the rotation of this carbon-carbon single bond takes place, and this alkene convert to transalkene, and the removal of this PHS. So the use of this CH bond cleavage used in the isomerization of alkene. Then in the last lecture again we had learned the fragmentation of allyl sulfide. So consider this R radical generated from your alkyl halide, and this is your allyl sulfide, and it will react with this R radical alkyl radical form bond with this CH2. We'll get this compound. Then the fragmentation of this CS bond takes place, and you'll get this compound. So this is the example of CS bond cleavage. Then again in the last lecture we had learned the fragmentation of vinyl sulfide. So this R radical generated from your yeah, halide will get this CH2 radical. Then this CH2 radical react intramolecularly with this carbon-carbon double bond. So the formation of six-membered ring takes place, and you will get this CH2 radical. Then the fragmentation of this vinyl sulfide takes place. This CS bond undergoes fragmentation. Breaking of this CS bond takes place. So you will get this CH2 radical. Then this radical and this radical generated radical react with, and it will form carbon-carbon double bond. Then again in the last lecture we had learned the carbon halogen bond cleavage, that is CX bond cleavage. So this is the example of that. So these two halide, that is one saturated and unsaturated halide react. We will get this alkene, transalkene. So this RBr react with this vinyl halide in presence of H mu. CX bond cleavage takes place, and you will get this product. And again in the last lecture we had learned the reaction mechanism of this reaction. Okay, so this RBr, the breaking of this RBr bond takes place. Same way this CH2Br breaking of this carbon double bond Br bond takes place. It generates R radical and CH2 radical, and it also generates two Br radical. So these are the two Br radical. If combined together, it will get this Br2. Then this R radical and CH2 radical react together. You will get this transalkene. Trans is more stable, so you will get this transalkene. And again in the last lecture we had learned the oxidative coupling reaction. Oxidative coupling reaction. And it is one of the name reaction, and the name of that reaction is Kolbe electrolysis. Kolbe electrolysis. So the Kolbe electrolysis is an electrochemical decarboxylation. It is an electrochemical decarboxylation reaction of salt of carboxylic acid. Salt of carboxylic acid, which produces radical. Then that radical is coupled with each other and gives dimerized product. That reaction is called as Kolbe electrochemical decarboxylation or Kolbe electrolysis. And this reaction is also called as decarboxylative dimerization. This reaction is called as decarboxylative dimerization because after decarboxylation the dimerization of two alkyl radical takes place. That's why this reaction is called as decarboxylative dimerization. Decarboxylative dimerization. So this is the general reaction, and again in the last lecture we had learned the general mechanism of this oxidative coupling reaction, that is Kolbe electrolysis. So this your acid, okay, this acid react with sodium hydroxide, acid react with sodium hydroxide. So acid-base reaction takes place. The role of this NaOH is that it takes proton from this carboxylic acid, generate its salt, then this salt undergoes anodic oxidation. It loses one electron, convert to radical. Then the decarboxylation reaction takes place, loss of CO2. Decarboxylation reaction takes place, you will get twice R radical. Then the dimerization of these two R radical takes place, then you will get this product. So this is the simple general mechanism of this oxidative coupling reaction. The Kolbe, it is called as Kolbe electrolysis, and this it is an electrochemical decarboxylation of salt of carboxylic acid, which produces radical. This radical is coupled with each other and gives dimerized product. This reaction is also called as decarboxylative dimerization. This reaction is also called as decarboxylative dimerization. So this is just a revision that what we had learned in the last lecture. Okay. Now let's move towards the next slide. Okay. Now today I am going to teach you the carbon-carbon bond formation in aromatics. Carbon-carbon bond formation in aromatics via radical reaction. Carbon-carbon bond formation in aromatic ring via what your radical reaction. So so the Hay means H-E-Y. It is the name of scientist H-E-Y Hay. Yeah, so Hay in 1934. It is the name of scientist Hay H-E-Y. So in 1934, he reported that the thermal decomposition of diazonium salt. He reported that the thermal decomposition of diazonium salt in aromatic solvent, such as benzene, result in the annihilation of aromatic ring. So, so this was the first scientist who reported that the thermal decomposition of diazonium salt in aromatic solvent result in annihilation of aromatic ring. He explained this result by following mechanism involving the direct displacement of hydrogen atom in the aromatic solvent by molecule by aryl group, the abstraction of entire aryl group of the solvent molecule by the aryl radical. So this is the general reaction. So this your diazonium salt ArN-XX. So this is your diazonium salt. Okay. So this diazonium salt react with this solvent, aromatic solvent in presence of H mu. You will get the annihilation of aromatic ring, and its general reaction mechanism is this salt undergoes your breaking of this ARN bond. It generates AR radical, and same way this X is equal to your chlorine acetate or hydroxy group. So the same way the homolytic cleavage of this NX bond takes place, it generates N2 molecule, X radical and AR radical. Now in the next step, this AR radical react with your aromatic solvent. So it takes proton. So the breaking of this PHH takes place, sigma bond. It generates PH radical. Then this PH radical react with this AR radical. You will get this final product. Okay? H radical. So this is the simple reaction mechanism. Carbon-carbon bond formation in aromatic, and it is also called as SRN-AR reaction. SRN-AR reaction. So Hay is the name of scientist. In 1934, he reported that the thermal decomposition of diazonium salt in aromatic solvent result in the annihilation of aromatic ring. He explained this result by the following mechanism involving the direct displacement of hydrogen atom in the aromatic solvent molecule by aryl radical, that is abstraction of entire aryl group of the solvent molecule by the aryl radical. So this is the simple reaction. This your diazonium salt reaction with this aromatic solvent will get this annihilation of this ring, and this is the reaction mechanism. This Diazonium salt undergoes homolytic cleavage. It generates Ar radical, N2 molecule, and X radical. Then this Ar radical react with this aromatic solvent. So this PH undergoes homolysis. It generates pH radical. Then this pH radical react with this Ar radical. You will get this compound. Yes. So this X is nothing but chlorine acetate or hydroxy group. Similarly, now let's see the second reaction. Similarly, the result are obtained from the aryl radical generated from the source of decomposition of benzoyl peroxide in aromatic solvent. Similar result were obtained from the aryl radical generated from the source of that decomposition of benzoyl peroxide in the aromatic solvent. So this benzoyl peroxide undergoes decomposition. So this peroxide bond is a weak bond. So you'll get this benzyl oxy radical. That decomposition reaction, you'll get this aryl radical, pH radical. Then this pH radical react with this aromatic solvent. You'll get this final compound. So similar result were obtained from the aryl radical generated from the source such as the decomposition of benzoyl peroxide in aromatic solvent. So this is the reaction. Aromatic carbon-carbon bond formation. The carbon-carbon bond formation in two aromatic rings by radical reaction. So this is a simple mechanism, simple general reaction and general mechanism. Now let's move towards the next slide. So this is now we are taking the actual example. So this is your salt, diazonium salt. Okay, diazonium salt react with this aromatic solvent benzene. You will get this biphenyl ring, diphenyl or biphenyl ring. Okay, and its reaction mechanism is very simple. This salt in presence of HMU undergoes homolysis, homolytic cleavage. It generates this phenyl radical and 2 molecule and X radical. This X may be halogen, acetate or OH group. Okay, so this X may be any halogen, not acetate or OH. It's a halogen, maybe fluorine, chlorine, bromine or iodine. Then this phenyl radical react with this aromatic solvent benzene. The breaking of this CH bond takes place. It generates this P radical and H radical. Then the dimerization of these two radical takes place. You will get this diphenyl product. Okay. So this reaction mechanism is very simple. Reaction mechanism is very simple. I am again explaining this reaction. This diazonium salt react with this aromatic solvent. You will get in presence of HMU, you will get this aromatic, you will get this dimerized product, diphenyl product. Its reaction mechanism. This your diazonium salt in presence of HMU undergoes homolytic cleavage. And you will get this aryl radical, N2 molecule and X radical. Then the next step is this your this your aryl radical react with this aromatic solvent benzene. The breaking the homolytic cleavage of this CH bond takes place. It generates H radical and your C radical. Then the reaction between these two phenyl radical takes place, and the dimerization of these two radical takes place. You will get this final product. So this is the simple reaction and its mechanism. Now let's move towards the next slide. So next reaction that we are going to learn is Hunt-Dicker reaction. Hunts-Dicker reaction. Okay, so before this Hunts-Dicker reaction, let's complete some point. That is the reactivity in aromatic substrate. So what is the reactivity in aromatic substrate? So the free radical substitution at an aromatic carbon takes place by mechanism which ring hydrogen is abstracted to give an aryl radical. Usually the mechanism is similar to the aromatic electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution reaction. So reactivity in aromatic substrate, free radical substitution at an aromatic carbon takes place by mechanism in which a ring hydrogen is abstracted to give an aryl radical. Usually the mechanism is similar to that of aromatic electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution reaction. So there are some generalization have been made regarding the reactivity of aromatic substrate. So there are some generalization have been made regarding the reactivity of aromatic substrate. So we'll see that. So all the substituent increase the reactivity at ortho and para substituent as compared to of that benzene. There is no longer difference between electron donating and electron withdrawing group. This is because the radical is neutral species and not influenced by the polar properties of the substrate of any significant extent. Furthermore, it has been shown that the both electron and electron withdrawing group stabilize the free radical. So all the substituent increases the reactivity at ortho and para position as compared to that of benzene. There is no difference between electron donating and electron withdrawing groups. This is because the radical species is neutral and not influenced by the polar properties of the substrate to any significant extent. Furthermore, it has been shown that both the electron donating and electron withdrawing groups stabilize the free radical. So, so these are some. This is the generalization I have made regarding the reactivity of aromatic substrate. Now let's move towards the next slide. That is, in this slide we'll see the Hunsdiker reaction. So, what is Hunsdiker reaction? So, reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid. Reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine leading to alkyl halide or aryl halide is called as Hunsdiker reaction. It is the way of degradation. It is the way of degradation of carbon chain by 1 unit. So Hunsdiker reaction, it is the reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine to give alkyl halide or aryl halide is called as Hunsdiker reaction. So this is the simple definition of this Hunsdiker reaction. Reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine leading to alkyl halide or aryl halide is called as Hunsdiker reaction, and it is the way of degradation of carbon chain by 1 unit. Although bromine is often used halogen, bromine is often used halogen, chlorine and iodine have also been used in this Hunsdiker reaction instead of your bromine, chlorine and iodine also been used. So this is the general reaction. Your general reaction. So this your acetate silver salt of carboxylic acid, carboxylic acid react with this Br2 and you will get this alkyl bromide CO2 and AgBr, alkyl bromide CO2 and AgBr. So this is the general reaction, and now we'll see how this silver salt of carboxylic acid in presence of Br2 how it convert to alkyl halide. So this reaction is very interesting. Just what you have to take the acid, it's silver salt, and what you will get the alkyl halide. Okay, so the following is the mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction. So this is the general mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction. General mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction. So the first step, what happen? Your silver salt of carboxylic acid react with X2. This X2 may be Br2, Cl2 or I2, that is chlorine, bromine or iodine. So simply what you are using, sodium salt of your silver salt of carboxylic acid. So oxygen having negative charge, so this negative charge attack on this X2 molecule and the substitution reaction takes place. You will get AgX and OX. So this is the simple reaction. Then in the next step, a radical reaction takes place. The breaking of this OX bond, it generates X radical and O radical. So this sigma bond homolytically breaks. One electron shift on this oxygen and one electron shift on this halogen, and you will get this radical, X radical and O radical. Then the decarboxylation reaction takes place. This O radical delocalize here. Same with this CRC bond undergoes breaking, CR bond undergoes homolytic cleavage. So it generates R radical. Then this C radical react with this O radical, it convert to CO2, it convert to CO2 and R radical. Then the last step is this R radical react with this X radical, and you will get your alkyl halide. You will get your alkyl halide. Consider this X is equal to Br. You will get your alkyl bromide. So this is a simple reaction mechanism. Simple reaction mechanism. Simple reaction mechanism. So this Hans-Dicker reaction, it is a reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine to give alkyl halide or aryl halide is called as Hans-Dicker reaction, and it is the way of degradation of carbon chain by 1 unit. So you are degrading the carbon chain by 1 unit. So this is the general reaction. This silver salt of carboxylic acid, silver salt of carboxylic acid react with this Br2 X2. So instead of bromine, chlorine and iodine is also used. We will get this alkyl bromide, CO2 and AgBr. Now let's see its reaction mechanism. How this sodium, how this silver salt of carboxylic acid convert to alkyl halide. So this is the general mechanism of this Hans-Dicker reaction. The following is the mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction. Following is the general mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction. Okay. So in reaction mechanism, what happened in the step 1? This silver salt of carboxylic acid, you are using silver salt O minus, it will react with this X2. O minus attack on this X, it replace the OX substitution, this O minus attack on this X will join to O, it will convert to OX, and this 1X react with this silver, it will convert to AgX. Now in the next step, step 2, the homolytic cleavage of this oxygen halide bond takes place. The homolytic cleavage of this sigma bond oxygen halide bond takes place. It generates oxygen radical and X radical. So your X radical and oxygen radical. Now in step 3, this oxygen radical delocalize here, and the same way the breaking of this CR bond takes place. It generates R radical and C radical. This C radical combined with this O radical forms CO2 and it generates R radical. Now the third step is simply what this R radical generated in this step 2 and this X radical generated, the R radical generated in step 3 and X radical generated in step to react together, you will get this alkyl halide. So this is the general reaction mechanism and the general reaction of Hans-Dicker reaction. Hans-Dicker reaction. Now, now let's move towards the next slide. Okay. Now here in this slide, we will see the example of your Hans-Dicker reaction. Okay. Example of your Hans-Dicker reaction. So this is your silver salt of carboxylic acid, O minus, Ag plus silver salt of carboxylic acid. You are reacting with Br2 in presence of CCl4 solvent. Okay. And for decarboxylation, or you can say that the degradation of carbon chain by one unit, you will get this halide. Now let's see its reaction mechanism, how this undergoes decarboxylation and how this Br joined to this carbon. Okay, how the degradation of halide, how the degradation of carbon chain takes place by one unit. Okay, so in the first step, you are using this silver salt of carboxylic acid. So you are using silver salt and you are reacting with Br2. So this O minus attack on this Br. Okay, and the break this Br is leaving group. So the oxygen will form bond with this bromine, and this silver will form bond with your this bromine. It convert to AgBr. AgBr is a byproduct here, plus AgBr, silver bromide, and you will get this OBr. Now in the next step, what happen? This your your in the second step, this OBr undergoes homolysis. The homolytic cleavage of this OBr bond takes place. It generates Br radical and O radical. So it generates Br radical and O radical. There it generates Br radical and O radical. Now the next step is the decarboxylation of this adduct. Decarboxylation reaction takes place. So this oxygen radical delocalized here. Same way the breaking of this CC bond takes place. It generates CH2 radical, that is your vinyl radical, and after breaking it generates C radical. C radical reacts with this O radical, convert to CO2. Here your plus CO2. So here CO2 is missing, so you have to write plus CO2. Let me show you that. This is your plus sign C O 2 plus CO2. ठीक है, plus CO2. On the next step, this CH2 radical react with this Br radical generated in this step 2, and you will get this product, that is alkyl halide. So this is the simple reaction mechanism. This your silver salt of carboxylic acid react with Br2 in presence of CaCl4, you will get this product. Okay, now it's a reaction mechanism. Reaction mechanism is also very simple. Okay, very simple. So this O minus attack on this Br, oxygen will form bond with this Br, and this one Br is leaving group. That this Br minus form ionic bond. It form ionic bond with this silver. You get AgBr. Okay, AgBr. You get the AgBr. Now you'll get this AgBr. The next step, you'll get this AgBr and OBr. Now this OBr undergoes homolytic cleavage of this OBr bond. You'll get the oxygen radical and Br radical. So breaking of this OBr bond takes place. You'll get the oxygen radical and Br radical. Now in the third step, this oxygen radical delocalized here, and the same way the breaking of this C bond takes place. It generates CH2 radical and C radical. okay, that is CO2, and it generates CH2 radical. CH2 radical. Now in the next step, the CH2 radical react with this Br, and you will get this your alkyl halide. So this is a simple reaction mechanism. Okay. Now, now let's move towards the next slide. So here the another example. So this is sodium salt of, sorry, this I'm again saying that it's a silver salt of carboxylic acid. It's a silver salt of carboxylic acid, not a sodium salt. It's a silver salt of carboxylic acid. React with Br2 in presence of CCl4. A decarboxylation reaction takes place, and the name of this reaction is Hunsdike reaction. Reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine leading to alkyl halide or allyl halide is called as Hunsdike reaction. It is the way of degradation of carbon chain by one unit. Although bromine is often used as a halogen, and chlorine and iodine also used instead of this bromine. Okay, so this is the reaction. Silver salt of carboxylic acid. Silver salt of carboxylic acid react with Br2 in presence of CCl4. You will get this alkyl bromide. It is vinyl bromide. And its reaction mechanism is very simple. Okay, the reaction mechanism is very simple. Your silver salt of carboxylic acid react with this Br2. So this having O minus is act as a nucleophile. This nucleophile attack on this one bromine. This Br present in its polar form, Br minus, Br plus and Br minus. Okay, so it attack on this one Br and it replaces this another Br. So oxygen will form bond with this Br. Oxygen will form bond with this Br. Okay, then oxygen will form bond with this Br, and this Br minus react with this silver plus, it form ionic bond with this silver, convert to AgBr, Ag plus, Br minus. So ionic bond between Ag and Br. Now in the next step, you'll get this OBr. Now this OBr, the homolytic cleavage of this OBr bond takes place. You'll get O radical and Br radical. This O radical, you'll get this O radical and Br radical. Now the next step is decarboxylation reaction takes place. Decarboxylation reaction takes place. So this the breaking of this CC bond takes place, generates CH2 radical, phenyl radical and C radical. This C radical react with this O radical, it will convert to CO2. So here same plus CO2 to plus CO2 CO2. The next step, this CH2 radical react with this Pr radical, and you will get this vinyl bromide. You will get this vinyl bromide. So this is a simple reaction mechanism. So this your silver salt of carboxylic acid, the reaction of the silver salt of carboxylic acid with Br2 in presence of CCl4, you will get this vinyl bromide plus A G, consider this as G, B R plus AgBr. ठीक है, so we'll get this AgBr. So the reaction of this silver salt of carboxylic acid in place of Br2 CCl4, you will get this vinyl bromide and your AgBr, and its reaction mechanism. Reaction mechanism is very simple. Reaction mechanism is very simple. This silver salt of carboxylic acid react with this Br2. Okay, so this Br2 molecule is polar, Br plus and Br minus. Okay, this O minus attack on this Br plus, so it acts as a nucleophile. So one Br acts as electrophile, so it will attack on that and it replace Br. So oxygen will form over bond with this Br, and this Br minus form ionic bond with this Ag. So we will get OBr and AgBr, the ionic bond between Ag and Br. Now the next step, this OBr bond undergoes homolytic cleavage. OBr bond undergoes homolytic cleavage, so it's a sigma bond. So one electron shift on after homolytic cleavage, one electron shift on oxygen, and one electron shift on bromine. We'll get this product. And Br radical, oxygen radical and Br radical. Now in the next step, this oxygen radical delocalize here, and the breaking of this CC bond takes place, generates CH2 radical and C radical. C radical delocalize here, it forms CO2 and it generates CH2 radical. It generates CH2 radical. Now this CH2 radical react with bromine radical and you will get this vinyl bromide. So this is the simple reaction mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction. Simple reaction mechanism of Hans-Dicker reaction, and this is the example of Hans-Dicker reaction. And Hans-Dicker reaction, it is nothing but the reaction of silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine to give alkyl bromide or aryl bromide, that is called as Hans-Dicker reaction. It is the way of degradation of carbon chain by one unit, and instead of your bromine you can also use chlorine or iodine in this Hans-Dicker reaction. Thank you.